Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Adam Dini Mizahari and I'm from course GIM and my matrix number is 2062023090013. Today I'll be solving 3 questions from quantitative techniques from each topic, starting from chapter 5, which is index number, chapter 6, which is economic applications of graph and equations, and chapter 7, which is linear programming. Okay, so I'm starting with chapter 5. So the question is, the price of a loaf of bread was 2 ringgit in 2022 and increased to 2 ringgit 50 cents in 2023. So calculate the price relative index using 2022 as the base year. Okay, so I'm using the formula price index equals price in current year divide by price in base year times 100. Okay, so the price index is 2 ringgit 50 cent divide by 2 ringgit times 100, and I got 125. So here we can see that the price relative index is 125 and the price in 2023 is 125 times of the price in 2022. So 125 minus 100 and I get 25%. So the price increased by 25% from 2022 to 2023. So the next topic is chapter 6, which is economic applications of graph and equation. So the question is, a company uses coal, which is C, and gas, G, for production. The cost of coal is 100 ringgit per unit and the cost of gas is RM500 per unit. The company has 10,000 ringgit to spend. Okay, so I must write the ICO cost equation, determine how many units of coal or gas the company can buy if they only purchase one type, and third is solve for these cases, which is expenditure increased by 50% and the price of gas decreased by 20%. Okay, so for the first one is to write the ICOS equation, which is PCC plus PGG equals E. So PC equals 100, which is price per unit of coal, and PG equals 500, which is price per unit of gas, and E is our total expenditure, which is 10,000 ringgit. So the ICO cost equation is 100C plus 500G equals 10,000. So if the company only buys coal, which is G equals 0, so I'll just substitute G to 0 into the equation. So 100C plus 500 and G, I'll substitute is 0 plus 10,000. So also equals and also be the same as 100C equals 10,000. So solve for C. C equals 10,000. I'll divide by 100 and I'll get 100. And solve for G. I'll take 10,000 and divide by 500. I'll get 20. So for the coal, the company can only buy 100 units of coal. So for the gas, the company can only buy 20 units of gas. Okay, the third one is expenditure increased by 50%. So our new expenditure is E, 10,000 plus 50% times 10,000, which we will get 50,000. So our new equation is 100C plus 500G equals 15,000. So if only coal is purchased, 100C we will get 15,000. So C, 15,000 divide by 100 and we will get 150. So the company can only buy 150 units of coal if only coal is purchased. So if only gas is purchased, C, 500G is 15,000. 15,000 divide by 500, we will get 30. So the company can only purchase 30 units of gas if they only purchase gas. Okay, so the price of gas is decreased by 20%. So our new price of gas is 500 minus 20% times 500, which we will get 400. So our new equation is 100C plus 400G equals 10,000. So only purchasing gas, 400G will get 10,000. So G equals 10,000 divide by 400 and we will get 25. So the company can only purchase 25 units of gas if the gas decreased by 20%. so for our last topic, which is chapter 7, linear programming. Okay, so to solve this question, our first step is to define the variables. So I define x as a number of desks produced and y the number of tables produced. Okay, so the second step is to maximize profit, which is the objective of this question. Okay, so maximize profit I will label as Z. So profit per desk, we can see that it is 80 ringgit, and profit per table 100 ringgit. So we get Z equals 80x plus 100y. Okay, so for the third step, which is the constraints. So we get two constraints, which is label constraint and material constraint. So for the label constraint, each desk requires 2 hours of label and each table requires 3 hours of label. So our total label available 60 hours. Okay, so for the material constraint, desk requires 3 units of material, whereas table requires 2 units of material. Our total material available 50 units. So this is the inequality for the label constraint, which is 2x plus 3y is less than or same as 60. And for our material constraint, 3x plus 2y, which is less than or same as 50. Next is non-negativity constraint, which is x is more than or same as 0 and y is more than or same as 0. This is due to the item being desk and table, which can be negative. The fourth is graph the constraint. Okay, so for label, we have 2x plus 3y equals 60. So if x is 0, then y equals 20. So our first point, which is point A, 0, 20. So if y equals 0, then x equals 30. So for our second point, which is point B, 30, 0. Okay, so for the material, which is 3x plus 2y equals 50. So if x equals 0, then y equals 25. So for the point C, 0, 25. Okay, so if y equals 0, then x equals 16.67. So our fourth point is point D, 16.67, 0, or 16, 0. Okay, next is to identify the corner points. Okay, so for A, intersection of 2x plus 3y equals 60 and 3x plus 2y equals 50. Okay, so 2x plus 3y equals 60 and 3x plus 2y equals 50. So this is our first equation and our second equation. Okay, so first step is to multiply our first equation by 3 and we will get 6x plus 9y equals 180. And the same one, multiply the second equation by 2 and we will get 6x plus 4y equals 100. The third step is subtract 5y equals 80, which is y 16. We will substitute y 16 into 1. Okay. 2x plus 3y, which is our 1, equals 60. And we will get 2x to 12 and x equals 6. So intersection point will be 6 and 16. So B, our other corner points all together before this, 0, 20, 16, 0, and 0, 25. Okay, so sixth step is to evaluate. So our maximum profit is Z 80x plus 100y. Okay, so we will try our first, which is 0 and 20. So Z, you can see that we got 2,000 ringgit. Okay, so our second one, 660. So Z maximum profit, you can see that we get 2,080. So our third one, 16 and 0. Our maximum profit for this, we got 1,280. Our fourth one, 0 and 25. Our maximum profit is 2,500. But this is not optimal, as it exceeds labor constraint. It is also not feasible. Okay, so our 7 is our optimal solution. Our optimal solution is to produce 6 desks and 16 tables, and we will get a maximum profit of 2,080 ringgit. As you can see, this is the optimal. Okay, so this is my graph. You can see the x, which is our number of desks, And the Y plot, which is the number of tables. So here is our optimal point, which is 6 and 16, 6 desks and 16 tables. And this is the feasible region. Okay, so from here to here is our labor line, and the other line is our material line.